When we met in '63, Buñuel had already in mind to make a film about the notion of heresy. He had only one word, heresy, without having no idea of how and where and what to tell. So before we met for the writing of the script, I took, I believe, 6 months to gather a documentation about the history of heresies inside the Catholic religion. So that when we met, as usual, in a remote place in the south of Spain, by the autumn '67, I had already an enormous amount of stories to tell him. We had an enormous material, more than for any other film ever that we made together. So I started telling him, and little by little we began to choose these and these and these, and then to do a sort of knitting of the stories, and always guided by two strange ideas. One was that the whole world today is only concerned by religions and heresies. There is everybody in the bars, in the streets, in the hotels, in the court, talk about heresies. That's all. We want to build up the film according to the 6 basic mysteries of the Christian holy religion. The basis is there a mystery, like for instance, God is 1 and 3. That's a mystery. I mean, the human mind cannot accept 2 contradictory affirmations. You have to accept the mystery that Jesus is God and man. He's not a God under the form of a man. Not at all. And some of the heretics have pretended that Jesus didn't eat, didn't drink, didn't go to the bathroom. No. If you pretend this, you are burned to death. You are a heretic. The other tendency is to say, well, he was a man, no doubt. He was eating, drinking, etc. A man inspired by God, visited sometimes by God, but not a God. Same, heretic, and to the flames. You have to accept which is inacceptable by the human mind. Credo quia absurdum. I believe because this is absurd. And since it is absurd, it can come only from God, the mystery. The mystery is the work of God that man have to accept. And that's the secret basis of the whole story of the Milky Way. When you tell a story apparently at random, like the Milky Way, 2 pilgrims go from Paris to Santiago de Compostela today, and meeting this and this, you can't do anything. You can do anything except anything. You must have a secret, invisible structure. Strangely enough, the film was a success. We never believed, that people would go to see that sort of film. He got excellent reviews, maybe the best we had ever had with Buñuel. But in Paris, 200,000 people went to see the film, which is today unbelievable, inconceivable. A friend of mine was a Danish director called Henning Carlsen. At the time was, a distributor. He was, managing some movie theaters in Copenhagen. And one day he was, releasing the Milky Way. He saw a group of about, he told me, 30, 40 gypsies, men and women and children, coming to the theater, buying tickets, and they watched the film and went out, normally. They didn't speak neither Danish nor French. The Danish from the subtitles and the French from the film. They went away. The following day they came back. Not exactly the same group, but another group of 30, 40 gypsies, some of them the same from the day before, and they came back 8 days in a row. So Carsen was extremely intrigued by this, and finally he offered them to enter freely without paying. They did, they accepted, and they never came back. So I said that story exactly the way, I know nothing more about the story, to Benoît. He listened to this like this, and he said, could you tell me the story again? So I told again the story, which I'm not going to do to you. And at the end, he said, we'll never speak about this ever anymore. Because when we are lucky enough to meet the real mystery, we have to respect it.